Joining me today, I have Fiyin Obayan. Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
Lovely. Thank you so much for joining us today. Your voice is stunning, and I can't wait to get into your single. But before we do that, Fiyin, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you right now? And yeah.
Totally. Well, I was born in Nigeria and then I was raised for most of my life in Saskatchewan. So right now I'm in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I've been here since I was 5. And yeah, I am a jazz gospel R&B artist. So basically, I love integrating my faith with the music styles that I love as well. So I also like neo soul and different things, but having to put a faith spin and light in that music space is what I'm very excited about.
Absolutely. You've got a new single out. It's, I believe, your first one. It's called Love Gives Me Wings to Fly. Tell me a little bit about what inspired this.
For sure. So with me, I had been songwriting since I was 9, kind of performing at church, performing at jazz festival, and this was the first single it actually released on Spotify. I did a lot of live performances for the community and for people. And this song is actually about journeying through the concept of forgiveness. I was really inspired by just lived experience and also John Bevere's book Bait of Satan, where it was really talking about how there's freedom in it, even though from a human perspective it doesn't look like there is, and just really exploring that. So in the song I kind of, a lot of my songs tend to be like, I want to say almost like David songs where you're just wrestling with God, you're asking those questions. And so you hear kind of the, is this really gonna work? Is this really how, this is how I actually feel? And like that release of like, oh, I'm feeling that freedom when I'm like letting that go and giving that to you. So it's kind of that real honest journey of like, is this way that you want for us, is this really like it, is this really going to work, and just realizing it and feeling that the presence of God and feeling that freedom in that. Yeah.
I love that. I mean, David's Psalms are super honest, but also so beautiful and a praise to God. Fantastic. I would love to hear, like, what is it like? Not too often, it's not a common combination where you hear gospel or Christian music with jazz. What is that like?
Yeah, for me, I feel like that's the part that almost came more naturally in a sense. So, like throughout my musical life, educational life, I've been exposed to a lot of different styles of music. I got into jazz in high school. I was one of the young people in the vocal jazz group, and that really exposed me to not only the sounds but the intricacies like harmonies and different things. And I did performing arts for a couple of years, and then by the time I got to university I was doing a major in marketing and a minor which turned into a certificate in jazz music. And I just loved the style. I love how it brings out improv and artist creativity. And so when I found myself writing, that's what my music was sounding like. And I was always trying to find a space for it because it wasn't like a typical worship music sound or any of those things, but it was honest and it was talking about my journey in that way. And I just thought, okay, well, this is my expression of that. And hopefully there's people who can enjoy it and also get a message out of it at the same time. And I found that it's created a lot of intersectionality opportunities where I could be at a jazz festival or I could be performing this at a church group and people are still taking it in. For sure.
Absolutely. What a great cross section that is. Recently, I went to a jazz festival in our province out in Brandon, and we heard some incredible music. And I've been looking into jazz more and more. And so I love that you have this new music of Christian and jazz connected. I would love to hear from you why you find
Yeah.
it important to incorporate your Christian belief in the music that you write.
For sure. I think for me, it's just an honest expression of my journey in life. A lot of my songs are coming in like either as a form of like I feel like God's encouraging me through those songs, helping me journey through those songs, therapeutic. And honestly, I feel like talking to God every day about my life experiences. So it's just kind of a very organic thing for me to write from a faith perspective. Um, I feel like I'm always just trying to write from an honest perspective. And so I think if anything else came up in my life that was honest, like if it was talking about love or like, I don't know, children or anything in the future, um, I would probably write a little bit about that too. But this is honestly like how I have to walk and how I walk through my daily life on that reliance on God. So it just happens to show up in my music because that's an expression of where my heart is at.
Beautiful. We know that your new music, your new single is officially out. I also found a beautiful rendition you did of Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Thank
Wow.
you.
So
Thanks so
beautiful. I know that was
much.
live. Um, Speaking of your music and different things, what does 2024 have in store for you, Fian?
For sure. I'm hoping to release a lot more music. This particular song actually has a music video that's coming out soon as well. And definitely just getting more into the space. What I'm really grateful for is that even from the community, a lot of people have been really supportive. And there's a music association out here that's been very supportive and pushing me pretty hard to get more plugged into the music opportunities. So it's definitely my goal within this year to be releasing more singles and hopefully an EP eventually as well. Mhm.
Beautiful. If somebody would like to hear your music or follow along in what you're doing, how can they do that?
Yeah, well, so far with this song, I'm on all the platforms, so you'll definitely find it on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music. I have a website, Fiyin Obayan Music. If you type that into Google, you'll find it. And on Instagram, I'm the official Fiyin Obayan Music, and then you can follow my journey and all of that on there too.
Lovely. Well, we're going to tell our whole audience about your new music and your heart to share honestly what God has put on it. I love it. Thank you for taking the time, Fian. It was lovely to meet you, and I hope to chat again in the future.
For sure. Thank you all, and thank you for your encouragement at this station and what you all are doing as well.